We are writers, and that means we are in complete control of our characters. Well, not exactly. It can be tempting to think that because your name is the byline, clearly the story is yours. But that is often false. I think the story really belongs to the characters. Think back on your writing career. Have you ever been surprised by something one of your characters did? Ever been frustrated by an unexpected turn your character made off of your cleverly paved outline? To me, it's not a symptom or a sickness, but rather it's the cure to what my stories were missing for years. I want my new stories to belong to my characters. Let's start with the end in mind. What does the reader want from our characters? Some readers delight in happy endings where a worthy character suffers, perseveres, and is redeemed. Still others may want to punish wicked deeds, demanding justice for evil characters to balance the scales and affirm a moral code. Still others may want to merely escape their own troubles and take a ride on someone else's pain train. Our favorite books may contain exotic worlds, powerful magic, or intricate plots, but great stories demand interesting characters to hold the reader's attention. Any story worth telling has, at its core, at least one charismatic hero, sinister villain, plucky upstart, or troubled soul. In every case, compelling characters transport the reader away from the real world. Compelling characters must be magnetic and flawed, internally consistent and exciting, and most of all, memorable. Tim and I have spent multiple episodes exploring the building blocks of character. We've identified 5 elements all main characters share, and last episode we uncovered a process for how to create those characters. As I write my novel, I'm keeping these tips at the front of my thinking. I want my main characters to reveal what they require, which is their deeper need they resolve by the end of the book. The require should appear very early in the story, and should be something very difficult to attain. What the main character desires, which is that early goal that ultimately goes nowhere, should be simple, a distraction or a false promise, all in service of revealing what the character requires. Whatever essential thing is threatened from the main character, whether an artifact or a relationship or a moral code, the possibility of loss must be devastating to the main character. They need to feel they cannot live without it. Therefore, I cannot choose something trivial, replaceable, or tangential. Whatever I choose to attack must be truly essential to the character. I want to steer clear of writing perfect characters, which is a problem I had as a younger man. I need to create opportunities for my characters to faceplant and fail. It will help them grow. When I discover the unique skills that make my main character perfect to deal with the central conflict, I need to ensure those skills are unique, rare, and special, like a key that fits only this lock. I also need to introduce that specialness early in the story so the reader is prepared when the character needs to use them. And when I look for action, especially action that facilitates character change, I need to avoid car chases or people just talking to talk. Action is characters making choices and experiencing the consequences, so everything hinges on the character making a decision and then suffering as a result. So if I come up with an ending first, and the characters take a detour and roam away from my perfect ending, I have to be okay with following them and discovering the new and probably better ending that they want to write for themselves. I love this quote from James Joyce in The Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man. The artist, he writes, like the God of the creation, remains within or behind or beyond or above his handiwork, invisible, refined out of existence, indifferent, paring his fingernails. We, the writer, must work tirelessly to become invisible. That means letting the characters steal the show because, if you think about it, it's their show. Compelling characters must drive their own bus, make their own mistakes, seek and find their own solutions. Our main job is to show up to work each day and write the words so well that we disappear from the reader's thoughts. We must build characters so compelling that they fill the spotlight, leaving us the disembodied narrator, the byline, the ghost melting into the mist, utterly invisible. See you next week. Start writing.